Recorded in Chicago, Illinois, with your hosts, Ken, Matt, Neil, and Jeff. This is Triviality. The cream of the crop!
Hello, and welcome to Triviality, the game where the show meets a game with a knowledge. Yeah. What's up, guys? Jeff and Neil here in the studio with me. I'm Ken.
I am Neil.
I feel like I phased out of time and space just now.
I'm sorry. Do you guys hate it when I mess with the slogan? Is that a thing?
I don't care. It's fine with me.
Do you know where Matt is today?
Yeah, actually, it's kind of funny. I don't know if you guys are familiar. Well, you know, I'm a big Justin Timberlake fan and obviously a JC Chazet fan, real name Joshua. But they're actually bringing back the Mickey Mouse Club, and Matt thought that he would just, take his one shot that he never had as a teenager and try out.
He's trying out.
As a grown man.
Yes, so it's him and a bunch of kids.
I think it'll be okay.
He'll probably end up in handcuffs, but that's fine.
I mean, if it comes down to physical competitions, I think he's probably got the edge.
Yeah, feats of strength against the Mickey Mouse Club contestants.
That was a part of Mickey Mouse Club, right?
Yeah, I think so.
The feats of strength segment.
That's where Festivus comes from.
Well, we are very excited for today's show, as per usual, but we do have a special contingent of guests Skyping into us. First of all, Triviality superstar, Kantat Svensgaard. How you doing today?
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Good. And you're coming to us from Brooklyn, and you're previously from Oakland, we understand.
Exactly. Proud of both locations and happy to be here.
And as Neil said, the two rap capitals of the world, pretty much.
Yeah, yes.
Well,
right?
We'll go for it. I don't know if you want to count, like MC Hammer and that and Too Short.
We got Kendrick from Oakland, right?
Is he?
I thought so. No, he's from Compton, I guess. No, that's right.
Yeah.
Which is in where, Neil? Not Oakland.
Not Oakland, no. It's about 6 hours, I would think, right?
So what do you do, Kantat?
During the day, I do IT services, desktop support, that type of thing. And at night, I tinker in comedy, sketch, stand-up, improv, little of everything.
Awesome. Where can folks find you?
I'm at various locations. Just if you're in the Facebook group, I tend to post my little what I'm doing next there.
Awesome. Well, thank you for joining us tonight and for your support. Also supporting us, Triviality superstar Keith Moser. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, coming to us all the way from Allentown, Pennsylvania. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, during the day, I'm not sure what I do. I have had a new position for over a year, but they haven't changed my title. But it's a lot of software testing and reporting of bugs. And I don't know. I tell people quality assurance, but that doesn't seem quite right. And at night, I actually used to do a lot of improv content. I went through Upright Citizens Brigade School in New York. And I've had some local teams here in the Allentown, Bethlehem area, but I also do a lot of theater when I have the time, which with an 11-month-old is not all that often.
Well, I was hoping you were going to say you were Batman, but that's pretty cool, too. And lastly...
Well, I can't tell you about that.
Right. And lastly, hosting today's game, Intercontinental Champion, you know him, you love him, Rich Flegel from Rochester, New York. How you doing?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Yeah, this is what, third, fourth time on the show, maybe?
Well, do you count Bloodsport?
Yeah, let's count Bloodsport. That was like 6 episodes.
Yeah, great contestant. First time he's hosting, I think. Great teammate at Geek Bowl, so he's well-rounded.
Yeah, that's right. Why don't you remind our listeners about yourself a little bit?
Well, like the other two guys here, I also work in IT. I work at the Rochester Institute of Technology. It's a pretty decent technical school here. I'm a Linux and Research Systems Administrator. And by night, I do nothing.
All right.
So these guys have
Good answer. Good
a
answer.
lot more going on than I do.
Sounds like IT is a good racket. I probably should have done that.
Yeah, but then you have to do like math and stuff. So.
Yeah, that's true. I do hate math.
And just think of all like the depraved things you'll see on people's computers that you didn't want to.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean?
Well, I used to develop photos for a living, but that's a story for a Patreon episode, I'm sure.
Yeah, or just rent the movie 1 Hour Photo. It's about Ken's life.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, without further ado, let's go ahead and toss it over to the rules guy and get this game started.
The rules of the game are simple. 20 questions split into 2 rounds worth 10 points apiece. At halftime, there'll be a special swing round designed by this week's host. After regulation, players will enter the final round with the points that they've accumulated and will have a chance to wager 0 to 30 points on 5 categorized questions. At the end of the game, someone will be named the cream of the crop.
The cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
All right, so we're about ready to start this game. Thanks to the rules guy for that excellent reading. And since you guys are in improv, Kantad and Keith, you're going to team up and be team yes and. Are you good with that?
Sounds good.
No. I'll allow it.
You're disobeying the rules of improv right now. And Neil was saying to me that he really appreciates the sketch where Ricky Gervais and
Warwick Davis
are interviewing Liam Neeson.
Yeah, and
his comedy skill.
Yeah, and Liam Neeson says, I've always wanted to do some improvisational comedy. And then he goes, okay, well, let's improv.
You're a greengrocer.
You're a greengrocer. And he goes,
knock, knock.
We're closed.
So we're team knock, knock. We're closed. Rich, take it away.
All right, so first category is science. What element is most prevalent in the Earth's crust, making up about 46% of all rocks on Earth?
All right. I feel like I always get this one wrong, but it's always between like nitrogen and...
He said element, yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of like calcium.
Calcium? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's lock that in.
Question 1, and I'm already second and third guessing myself. My gut.
It's okay. We botched it. So.
Yeah, we botched. Yep.
I'm going back and forth between silicon and oxygen because I'm 90% sure carbon is wrong. I feel like I've said that many times at trivia before, and I just can't remember which was which. I'm leaning towards oxygen. What do you think?
If I'm gonna lean towards one of the two, I really don't know. So I'm actually happy with oxygen. We can go with that. If you want to do that, that's cool.
Yeah, it's early. We can come back. Even if we're wrong,
Exactly.
we can come back.
Exactly.
You won't need to come back. So they're locking in with oxygen.
Yeah.
We are gonna. I guess we've just had a long day, and we barely discussed. And we just went with calcium.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the guys are right. It is oxygen.
Good job, guys.
Wow.
Nice.
Woo.
So it finally paid off. You not going carbon.
50th time's the charm.
Good call.
Okay, Rich. Question 2, please.
All right, question 2 is in music. What band had 3 #1 songs on the 1995 Billboard Hot 100 with titles like Hold My Hand and Let Her Cry?
We are locked in over here.
I'll also give 2 bonus points if you can name the third song.
So go ahead, guys. We're locked in.
Yeah.
You're locked in with the bonus as well?
We are locked in with the bonus as well.
Do you know this, Kantad?
No, actually.
This is Hootie and the Blowfish.
Oh, okay.
And I'm guessing he left off their biggest hit, which I'm going completely blank on right now.
You ain't even down. What's that one?
That's all of them.
Exactly. It's that one.
I think that's Wagon Wheel, right?
No, that's just Hootie on his solo career.
Oh, don't call him
I only want to
Hootie.
be with you.
Yeah, I mean, that's the,
That's
I don't
the
know if
chorus.
that's the title.
I only want to be with you. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the chorus and the title. So Hootie and the Blowfish, bonus, only want to be with you.
I saw this band at the New World Center, New World Theater. I can't remember what it's called, but they
Of course you have.
they keep changing the name. I saw them probably in like 1996. They had a rug on their tour. They all performed barefoot. That'd be Darius Rucker's Hootie and the Blowfish, and I believe the bonus is I Only Want to Be With You.
Yeah, you guys are right. It was Hootie and the Blowfish, and the song is Only Want to Be With You. All right. Question 3 is in sports. What college, with 13 inductees to the NFL Hall of Fame, has the most inductees of any college? Some notables include Jerome Bettis, Earl Lambeau, and Joe Montana.
We're locked in.
I am very bad at sports, so I know Lambeau was the coach for Green Bay and Montana was the Niners
Yep.
quarterback. I don't even know what Bettis, when he played or who he played for, so I will go with whatever you say.
I mean, I'm second guessing myself, but I want to go with Notre Dame because I think that's where Montana went. That's what I'm basing it off.
Yep. I was going off of Joe Montana as well, and Ken took off his shirt and put it on the table and said, "If you're wrong, I'm out." And
it turned out that I had the answer tattooed on my back.
You did. We went with Notre Dame.
That's exactly right, Notre Dame. Okay, question 4 is in literature. In Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, what is the opening line? She only used it because it was widely agreed you should never start a story like this.
It's okay.
About wowie wow.
Wowie wow. Wowie wee wow. Your and thing is, and then there was darkness or the end. What if you just started with the end? That'd be kind of weird, right?
Sure.
Okay. Let's do that.
Yeah, neither one of us have read Frankenstein, but we both agree that we've heard "It Was a Dark and Stormy Night" is a bad way to start a story. So we locked in with "It Was a Dark and Stormy Night."
That is a bad way to start a story, and it's a good answer. But we said
the end.
Even a worse way to start a story.
Well, it was a dark and stormy night.
Ooh,
nice.
Question 5 is a movie tribond.
Nice.
What actor was in the following movies? Forrest Gump, Apollo 13, and The Quick and the Dead.
All right, so there's a misdirect there, I think, because Gary Sinise and Tom Hanks are both in Forrest Gump and Apollo 13.
Yes,
but
I
don't think they were in Quick and the Dead, either of them. Quick and the Dead is quite an ensemble cast, though.
Yeah, it is. I'm just trying to think if Bill Paxton was in it. I thought Kevin Bacon, but he's not in Forrest Gump. Just going from Forrest Gump.
Just give me some more cast members of Apollo 13, if you could.
So Kevin Bacon, Tom Hanks, Bill Paxton, Gary Sinise.
Does Ed Harris sneak into?
Is Ed Harris in Forrest Gump?
I don't think he's in Quick and the Dead.
No.
It's tough. Keith David. No.
I'm thinking of Forrest Gump now. So you have McKelty Williamson, Sally Field, who's not in Quick and the Dead. Who are the other males in Forrest Gump?
Let's just say Gary Sinise.
Okay.
Neither of us really remember The Quick and the Dead, but we think we've got the common bond from 2 of the movies. Right? We think there's a trap.
We saw the trap. We saw the trap you laid.
Yeah, which would be Tom Hanks. But we are going to go with our answer of Gary Sinise.
We thought there might be a double trap, but we couldn't come up with a better answer than Gary Sinise. So, Gary Sinise.
Yep, that's exactly right. It was Gary Sinise. He plays the marshal in Quick and the Dead. He's obviously Lieutenant Dan in Forrest Gump, and he's Ken Mattingly in Apollo 13.
Strong name.
Ken Mattingly? Yes, that is.
So after 5, we're looking at Knock Knock Who's Next, having a score of 32 points.
Wait, what?
Knock Knock We're Closed, you mean?
I don't know. I didn't write the rest down. It's too long. That's staying in. And Team Yes And has a better than perfect score with a score of 52.
Hey, good job, guys.
Nice.
All right, question 6 is in geography. What country has the following prominent geographic features? The Great Bear Lake, Mount Lusania, and the Peace River.
I'm locked in. Oh, wait. I'm not playing.
Sorry I didn't list anymore.
So Great Bear Lake, I feel like I've heard of that many times.
Canada?
Yeah, maybe,
What's
right?
that thing about, sorry I didn't list anymore?
Yeah, because Andy's Canadian. Andy Saunders, right? Complete the list. Do you think that's the clue?
Sure.
All right, I think Canada. I think Great Bear Lake is in Canada because there was a movie that took place there.
Let's lock in.
Okay.
Neither one of us has, I don't think, have heard of Mount Lusania or Peace River. But I know Canada has a Great Bear Lake and a Great Snake Lake. I'm hoping there aren't multiple lakes with the same name, so I think we're going to go with Canada. Do you agree?
Yep, sounds good.
Lock in with Canada.
Yeah, we thought that maybe Rich's clue there, I'm not going to list anymore, was in reference to Andy Saunders being Canadian of Complete the List fame, and we thought it was Canada.
Yeah, so Canada is correct. You guys nailed it.
We
I made these
gotcha.
too easy, I guess. The next question is in food and drink. What aptly named cocktail is made with 2 ounces of whiskey, 1 ounce of lemon juice, 1 teaspoon of sugar, and an optional egg white? It's usually garnished with a cherry.
Sounds gross.
Yeah, I know a lot of martinis have, you do the egg white on top.
Well, you know what? This might be a Manhattan.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Let's just lock in with it since we're not drink experts.
Yeah.
So he said aptly named. Is there any drink called, like, disgusting? Because an egg white in a drink sounds disgusting to me. I know there are whiskey sours, but I thought that was just sour mix. I don't know if this is the real way to make a whiskey sour.
Sure.
We'll lock in with that.
That's a much better answer than our answer of Manhattan.
Well, you guys actually stumbled into it. It's a whiskey sour, aptly named from the lemon juice and the whiskey.
We missed the aptly part, I think.
Yeah, I don't even think I would have gotten close to that one.
I was just listening to the ingredients and I missed the aptly.
Question 8 is in television. Dum dum. Law and Order is a mainstay in American television, having been on the air since 1990. Including the upcoming Law and Order hate crimes, how many iterations have there been?
Well, that doesn't sound like a very fun show. Let's just lock in.
Okay.
We've got the original one, Law and Order. We got SVU, Criminal Intent, Trial by Jury.
I think that's what it's called.
Yeah. And I feel like there's probably got to be like
Law and Order Miami, Law and Order New Orleans. So I think we've come up with the names of at least of 6, and I'm wondering if there's a 7th one that was like a 1 season. And do you want to go with 6 because that's what we came up with name wise, or do you want to tack on 1 for good luck?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we might even be off with 7, but we could only come up with 6 as far as I know. So I don't think it hurts to go with 7.
All right, we'll lock in 7.
All right. Well, they named a few that we had never heard of. We were able to name 4, and then we guessed there was 1 more, so we said 5.
So there have been 7 Law and Order TV series and a TV movie.
Oh,
The series were the original Law and Order SVU, Law and Order Criminal Intent, Trial by Jury, Los Angeles, True Crime, Hate Crimes, and the TV movie was called Exiled, Law and Order movie. Came out in 1998.
All starring Jerry Orbach.
That's actually the first miss for Team Yes and.
Wow.
it had
Good
to
game
happen
so far.
sometime.
Yeah, you guys been playing strong. It's funny about Jerry Orbach. A lot of people don't know that he was a pretty prolific Broadway star before Law and
I
Order.
actually knew that.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Rich.
Dun dun.
All right. Question 9 is in history. During World War II, the U.S. sank a total of 1,392 enemy ships, or 5,631,117 tons of shipping. The submarine force, which accounted for 1.6% of the entire U.S. fleet, accounted for what percentage of the total tonnage sunk? I will give points within 5%.
Let's lock in. We'll lock in.
Yeah, let him talk.
Quick discussion. Okay.
Let me give these guys a little hint here. I don't think Rich is asking a question about how submarines are pushovers, since he was stationed on one.
Oh.
Yeah, I was
thank
gonna.
you,
So I'm
sir.
guessing submarines are pretty badass.
You want to go 985? Cover 80 to 90?
Sure. I really have no fire behind it, so that sounds good to me. Let's. I think you've been pretty good so far. So.
We've been pretty good so far.
Yeah.
We'll guess 85% locked in.
And oddly enough, we guessed exactly 85%.
Well, this was a bit of a tough question. I realize it's not any kind of common knowledge or things most people would know, but the answer is actually 55%,
Still pretty good.
which is still quite a lot considering.
Yeah.
Should have used the 10% rule. He gave us a 5% window. 50% would have been on.
Yeah.
And Rich, so you were stationed on a submarine. Which one were you stationed on?
I was on the USS Toledo,
Mhm.
SSN 769.
So safe to say, submarines are badass.
All right, current events. Burger King is planning on rolling out its new vegetarian burger. Even though the fast food chain expected it to flop, the meatless burger did unimaginably well in test markets. What are they calling this new menu addition?
Locked in.
Do you think it's like a play on the Whopper? Or
The only thing I know, it's Impossible something, because it's that same meat. It's the Impossible meat that looks and tastes just like actual. Like, I think it actually looks like it bleeds, but it's all made out of vegetable products. And the only thing I don't remember is if they called it the Impossible Whopper or if they're just calling it the Impossible Burger.
I agree. Impossible Burger.
Yep, we said the same thing.
Yeah, I think they're actually having a small version and a large version, so they're going to have the Impossible Burger and the Impossible Whopper.
Cool.
Awesome.
Yeah. I've had some Impossible Burgers. Pretty good. And
Is it
the
good?
Beyond Burgers are good too. So if anybody's thinking about going vegetarian, it's a good place to start.
Wouldn't they call the little one Impossible Junior?
Yeah.
Which sounds like a pretty good band name.
Yeah.
That is a good band name, Impossible
Opening
Junior.
for Dinosaur Junior.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So following the end of the first round, Knock Knock, I'm not going to try the second half of this, has 52.
We're closed.
And Yes and has 82 points. So
Pretty good. Commanding lead.
a little bit of a lead. I'm not going to, write you guys out of this one yet.
But hey, that's what the swing round is here for. So
That's right.
we'll see what happens.
All right, so for this swing round, what we're looking for here is, according to the Census Bureau, 10 U.S. cities have a population of 1 million or more. Name them for 5 points apiece.
Cool.
All right. Sounds good.
All right, we will break off and mute so you guys can discuss.
Yeah, so as we pour over these answers, we just want to remind our listeners about Patreon. Please shoot on over there to our Patreon website and see if you want to support the show. We'd greatly appreciate it, and you get a lot of bonus episodes, neat prizes. You get to be on the show if you so choose, and it's a pretty good deal, if I say so myself. So feel free to check that out. What's the website?
Patreon.com/trivialitypodcast.
Easy enough. Thank you. And with that begging and groveling out of the way, it's time to check our answers. So, Rich, what was the question again? And we'll get started. Read our list down.
According to the Census Bureau, 10 U.S. cities have a population of 1 million or more. Name them.
All right, let's go ahead and start with your guys' list. So, take it away.
Our first guess was New York,
Los Angeles,
Atlanta,
Chicago,
Dallas,
Phoenix,
Philadelphia,
Houston,
Boston.
and finally Seattle.
Pretty good list. Kind of similar to our list with a few variations. Neil, go ahead and take it away.
All right, we started with New York,
L.A.,
Chicago,
Houston,
Phoenix,
Jacksonville,
San Fran,
Boston,
Washington, D.C.
and Seattle.
Ooh. I got to tell you guys, you started strong. I think that's the top 5. And then after that, you fell off a cliff.
No, that's not good.
Rich, why don't you read us the top 10?
Can you
true
save
list.
Can you save number 10 for me? Because I think that's the hard one.
Yes.
Okay.
So in descending order, New York City being the largest, followed by L.A., Chicago, Houston, Phoenix, Philadelphia, San Antonio, San Diego, Dallas.
And San Jose.
Really?
Yes.
Well, a lot of
Oh,
sands.
you said San Jose. I'm sorry. Todd.
That's okay.
Which is one that's so shocking that when I tried to do this list in my head, I forgot Philadelphia.
All right, well, go Sharks. And what's the score on that swing round then?
All right, so you're going to be picking up 25 points at Knock Knock. which will bring you to a score of 77.
Okay.
Nice. And there's going to be an additional, if I've got my math right here, 35 points added to yes and. So they're going to go up to 117.
Not bad.
Yeah, they're crushing it.
Yeah. But we could still come back. We'll see.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. I'm waiting for a...
You don't sound confident.
I don't, because every time I hear knock knock now, all I think of is the Keanu Reeves movie. It was free pizza.
We're close.
It was free pizza.
Genesis in the beginning. All right, go ahead, Rich. Round 2.
All right. So first question in round 2 is Americana. America's iconic Route 66 starts in Chicago at Grant Park, travels 2,448 miles, and ends in what California city? You can drive all night till the sun comes up there.
That's got to be a song lyric.
And how many times am I going to screw this question up?
Yeah.
We just need to learn where Route 66 is,
Mm-hmm.
what its name is, where it goes. That's it. It's not hard.
It's Roy Rogers, right? Or Will Rogers
Will
Highway.
Rogers.
Yeah, and I know it starts in the
Kenny
city.
Rogers Chicken Roast.
The old route Kenny Rogers. I know what city does it end in?
Kenny Powers?
He said you can drive all night until the sun comes up. What song is that? It's got to be I bet the song's name is for the city.
Mm-hmm.
What's a famous? Oh my God, California city that would be a song. Drive all night. Oh my God.
This would be the kind of thing
isn't
that
it,
if we were at trivia, I would just marvel if I was the only one.
It's the it's Venice Beach, isn't it?
Oh yes, that's right. Venice Beach.
All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
We're locked.
Yeah, the drive all night until the sun comes up is reminding me of that Sheryl Crow song, Santa Monica. So just go with Santa Monica and hope that we're picking up on this hint.
Yeah. Let's do
Santa Monica.
Santa Monica.
Our friend Brian might be mad at us if Santa Monica is correct because he lives there. We went a little bit farther away, a place where Matt was training for his Mickey Mouse Club appearance at Muscle Beach, which is at Venice Beach.
Well, it is actually Santa Monica. The clue there was the Sheryl Crow song.
Oh, God.
So you guys were right on it.
Yay.
Neil, let's get our together here.
I don't know what's going on, man. Yeah, it's a downer.
All right. Go ahead, Rich. Let's turn this frown upside down
Hey, better days are going to get better.
and make it an upside down frown.
Okay. So the next category is science. Animal groupings often have funny names, like a business of ferrets or a bloat of hippos. What is a group of porcupines called?
Okay.
All right, we're locked in.
I feel like this is one of those things I've heard and went, and then has now gone out
It's
of my mind.
definitely one of those things that, that makes so much sense. That is a very clever name for a group of porcupines, but how often am I going to encounter a group of porcupines and need to use this word in my life? Prickling, I like just because of the alliteration, but a hazard. What are some other synonyms for hazard? We're close.
I think what we've
don't
discovered
know
here is you
if I'm
guys
gonna
should just
think of
name
it.
animal groups.
Yeah.
They sound really cool. I mean, Keith actually raises porcupines from what I heard on his bio.
You heard it on the
But
bio
I
you
don't
read?
think I can. I only have 3 at a time, and this is definitely a group of 4 or more. So I should go out and get another porcupine or
It's
2.
just barely out of your expertise. Got it.
Just, I don't know that we're gonna get it. So do you want to just go with hazard?
Sure. That sounds fun.
It's close.
That answer sounds dope, but we just went with spine. Porcupine?
A spine,
Yeah, like a single quill.
like what predator rips out of a person's body.
Yeah.
Yikes. So it is a prickle of porcupine.
Oh,
You said that, didn't you?
I said a prickling.
Oh,
Would you
prickling.
have given it to me if I said prickling?
Yeah, I probably would have.
I feel like I was called
It
that
was
in middle
in
school.
there.
yeah.
by your dad.
All right. Question 3 is in music. A rock supergroup formed in 2001, combining former members Tom Morello, Brad Wilk, and Tim Cumberford from Rage Against the Machine, and former lead singer of Soundgarden, Chris Cornell. With such top rock hits as I Am the Highway and Like a Stone, what was the name of this supergroup?
We are locked in over here.
Yeah, we were just talking about this yesterday.
See, neither one of those songs sounds familiar, but I know this was like college. I feel like I know it, but it's one of those songs that I heard all the time but didn't know the name of.
After Hootie, I was pretty much done.
Because that was like the zenith of music, or
Yeah, I definitely have heard of it. I think Chris Cornell just died like a year ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember reading like the obituary and like, oh yeah, he was in that group too, besides Soundgarden.
Tip of the tongue. But, I'm not going to get it, I don't think.
Hoobastank? That was its own band. Hoobastank was
yeah.
bad.
well, at least you do that. Whew.
Godsmack?
I wouldn't want to be the person who goes on a podcast and says Hoobastank is a good band.
And there's definitely more than one reason.
Did we just become best friends?
I mean, I know you said Godsmack earlier.
I don't know why that popped into my head. That just popped into my head.
It's possibly. I don't know anything about Godsmack, but I also don't recognize the songs Like a Stone or I Am the Highway, so I'm good with going with Godsmack if we can't think of anything else, because I went through the letters and just came up with Soundgarden, and Hoobastank is a bad band.
Oh, man. This is going to hurt because I know I'm going to know it as soon as you say it, but I don't have it. So let's say Godsmack, I guess.
Yeah, if you knew a little voodoo, you might be able to come up with the right answer here. But sorry,
it's from Collateral with the coyote is in the middle of the road. This would be yeah, Audio Slave.
Audio Slave. No.
Yeah, if you'd been doing the alphabet trick, you wouldn't have had to go very far.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went right through A and it did not come up.
Yeah.
One of my favorite shirts that they have, my friend Phil wears all the time. You can get it when they were in Soundgarden, I should say. It's Snod Dragon is on the shirt, so that's always a fun one.
That's a Soundgarden shirt.
Soundgarden shirt, yeah.
I was into them quite a lot, but they probably were just a couple hit band, if I really think about it. Audio Slave.
I had like 3 or 4 albums.
Yeah.
Well, the third one was a garbage, but...
All right,
Fair
next.
enough.
The third
All
one
right,
was all
question-
Hoobastank covers, right?
Yeah, right.
Might as well have been.
All right, question 4 is in sports. Since its inception in 1985, the Home Run Derby has been a popular mainstay for the MLB All-Star break. What player has won the most home run derbies of all time? For 2 bonus points, within 2, what is the most home runs in the derby hit by a single player in one round?
We're just going to lock in by throwing a guess out there.
All of a sudden, Frank Thomas popped into my head. I don't know if he... Big Hurt. I don't know if he won any titles, but I feel like he may have back in the day.
I'm good with any name because it would be just a dart at a dartboard with very few baseball names on it for me.
Let's go Mark McGuire.
Okay. And for the bonus, you haven't even watched it. I feel like I watched it a long time ago. I think the round is they get 10 quote unquote outs. Like if it's not a home run or a foul ball, I think they get 10 misses. So my gut was like maybe 22 is a lot in one round.
Yeah, let's go with 22.
McGuire and 22 it is.
Ken and I really didn't have an idea, and although Todd didn't want to go with Barry Bonds, we just figured we'd hedge our bets and go with Barry Bonds. We went Bonds and 24.
Ooh.
All right, so with 3 home run derby wins, the most wins was Ken Griffey Jr.
No.
And in 2008, Josh Hamilton hit 28 home runs.
Wow. It's impressive.
I don't even know who Josh Hamilton is.
He's the guy you can win a date with.
Oh, that's
Tad Hamilton.
Tad Hamilton, see, yes.
Josh Hamilton is that new musical on Broadway. Lin-Manuel Miranda plays him.
It's all about hitting home runs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Rich.
He's not giving away his shot.
He's trying to get his one pitch.
All right. Question 5 is in comics. Many characters in the Marvel Universe have at one time or another been a part of the Avengers. Which of these characters has never been an Avenger? Cyclops, War Machine, Squirrel Girl, or Beast?
We are talking about comics only, right?
Yes.
Okay, we are locked in.
I'm pretty sure I remember Beast being an Avenger,
Okay.
and I'm pretty sure War Machine was an Avenger.
Okay.
Well, that one's kind of tricky because it might have been like a guy that hung out with the Avengers.
It's like, come on,
Yeah,
guys,
and I
let me
know-
in.
I don't know if Marvel's officially announced Phase 4, but I thought I saw something where like the new Avengers is a movie coming out in like 3 years, and War Machine's in that or something. I think I don't know, but you know the MCU could easily take liberties with what was happening in the comics.
Yeah.
I don't read a lot of comics, but I was going between Cyclops and Beast. Like I feel like there's two X-Men there. One has probably been in the Avengers and one has not.
Yeah.
Although if Squirrel Girl was an Avenger, like I know her thing is like isn't Squirrel Girl like the super overpowered, like people say she can beat the Hulk and beat Magneto and beat like everyone. Like she's a silly little character, but has fantastic healing abilities or invincibility.
She came around pretty much after I had finished my comic book collecting career.
Yeah.
I don't. So I'm not 100% on her. I don't remember Cyclops being an Avenger.
I would lean that way. I feel like that's the trick. There's two X-Men here. One was, one wasn't. And if you remember Beast being there, I would be good going with Cyclops.
All right, let's do that.
This was our reasoning. Cyclops and Beast, kind of a big character. We figured over the span of the comics that they probably would have been in one Avengers comic because they're so popular. Squirrel Girl, have an affinity for. When I used to play Hero Clicks, our friend Dave, he would always play Squirrel Girl, and he would just decimate everyone.
Superhuman agility, senses and strength, prehensile tail, razor-sharp claws, retractable knuckle spikes, and ability to communicate with squirrels.
Yeah, she was a badass. They were saying Anna Kendrick would be perfect to play her. And then
I'd love that.
So we went with War Machine only because before Iron Man came out, I don't even think anyone really cared too much about Iron Man, or at least in popular culture. I'm not saying he was a bad character, but War Machine is even lesser than Iron Man. So we thought maybe that the MCU took liberties and put him in the Avengers just because Don Cheadle's cool. So,
well, the answer is indeed Cyclops. He's always been the leader of the X-Men, so he's too busy.
Couldn't be bothered, huh?
All right. The next question is in movies. In 1999, Saving Private Ryan was nominated for Best Picture at the Oscars. Unfortunately, it didn't win. What movie beat out Saving Private Ryan in 1999?
You got this, Neil?
you're killing me, Rich.
I'm locked in.
Yeah, we're both locked in.
I keep forgetting I'm not playing.
Was that the same year where it was like two war movies? Saving Private Ryan was one, and Thin Red Line?
I can't remember. I'm pretty sure American Beauty won for the year 1999 in the awards, not like the award show that aired in 2000. And that feels like one of the things that a lot of people would hate, that American Beauty, this movie about a pervert and a floating bag, beat out one of Spielberg's best films. So I think it's probably American Beauty. I get these years confused when it's one year and the next. It's either American Beauty or the one that was before it.
Right.
If I could remember that, I would be able to confidently say that that's not a problem. That deserved to win. Shakespeare in Love. Wait,
That's
that's a crappy movie to beat. Oh no,
That's interesting.
I think it's Shakespeare in Love. I think I'm
Because the Mr. Harvey Weinstein did like a last minute mega campaign for it. There was like a little controversy over that.
Yeah, I feel it was Miramax, Shakespeare in Love beating out.
And then people like, that sounds more right to me.
Yeah, I'm glad I thought on it. Shakespeare in Love is going to be what we lock in with.
Yeah, Keith was 100% on all the other details as he danced around Harvey Weinstein's last stand of marketing money. And there's a great article in Hollywood Reporter about it. It is Shakespeare in Love.
Well, that's correct.
Yeah, Rich, when you ask that question, it's just another notch of, or another blade in my heart every time I hear that fact.
Yeah, I didn't I thought you might feel strongly about that.
It's pretty much the worst film that was nominated that year.
Yeah.
All right. Question 7 is in geography. Established in 1892, what is the largest publicly protected area in the contiguous United States? It is bigger than Yellowstone, the Everglades, and the Grand Canyon National Park combined.
Okay.
All right, we're just going to lock in right away on this one.
I would lean towards Yosemite or the Appalachian Trail. I can't think of anything else I don't have the states memorized by like order of induction of like when. I don't even know how many states we had at that time.
I feel like we're probably not gonna get this one. If you want to go with Yosemite, that's fine. I can't think of what it is.
Yeah, I feel like that's probably bigger than the Appalachian Trail, so we can go with the Yosemite.
All right.
Well, I just thought right away that Death Valley was protected and vast, so we said Death Valley.
The answer is actually Adirondack Park.
Oh.
It's the whole Adirondack mountain chain, 42 peaks, all located in upstate New York.
Crazy.
And it's just a state park. It's larger than like the 3 largest national parks combined.
Wow.
Basically.
It's good to know.
Yeah.
We're learning some today, Neil.
Yeah,
That's for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna store a lot of this away. Prickling for sure.
Yeah.
It's just a prickle.
A prickle.
Prickle.
All right. Food and drinks. Originating in Louisville, Kentucky, what is the name of an open-faced turkey and bacon sandwich, baked or broiled, topped with Mornay sauce?
Do you know?
Mm-mm.
All right, I'm going to lock in with something that I have a feeling about, but I don't think is correct, but we'll see.
I mean, if I were just playing by myself, I wouldn't think too long on it because I don't think I know it. I would just say Croquemmonsieur because I don't like leaving things blank. But
yeah,
if you have any other options or ideas or want to think on it, I don't mind.
I don't know. There's something tinkling at the back of my mind, but it's not. I don't think an alphabet game is going to get it for me.
Audio slave. No.
All right. Well, I'm going to lock in with something that my mom used to cook. I think it's called chipped beef. It's basically just like beef lunch meat in a white sauce and peas on toast. But maybe it's a derivative. I don't know. Chipped beef.
So it's actually called a hot brown. You've heard of that before? If you ever watch any kind of cooking show, somebody always makes one, I feel like. Mornay sauce is just bechamel sauce that they've added Gruyere cheese to.
Sounds delicious.
All right. Question 9 is in mythology. Most of the days of the week are named after Norse gods. For example, Thor, Thor's Day, Thursday. Wednesday is Woden's Day, etc. Friday is named after the Norse god of love and fertility. What is her name?
Locked.
Yeah, I don't remember if I've seen it or heard it. I've always thought it was Frigga, like Frigga, but
there is a Frigga, but I don't remember what.
What did you say? You said
Freya, Freyya.
Okay. I mean, for me, I would think the younger version is love and fertility, and like the mom would be something of wisdom or motherhood. Like it would be weird to have like Odin, the main god, and his, because like Aphrodite and Venus and like the other mythologies, they're all like young people, not Hera.
I think let's go with what you're suggesting. Let's go with Frigga.
Okay. If I talked you out of the right answer, I apologize.
It's happened before, and it will happen again.
All right, so they're going with Frigga. Interestingly enough, we kind of had a similar question yesterday, along with one other one that was in this game. on an episode that we just recorded, which is purely coincidence, but we think it's Freya.
No.
So the answer, I will accept Freya. And you're close on Frigga because depending on translation, sometimes it's called Freya. She's called Freya, and sometimes she's called Frigg.
Okay.
No A there.
So yeah, both points all around, I think.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, Freya is who Rebecca Black prays to.
Oh God was the best part of that.
All right, let's mercifully end this game.
All right. Question 10 is in television. On The Golden Girls, B. Arthur's character Dorothy will often threaten to send her mother Sophia back to the nursing home. What was the name of the nursing home? And for 2 bonus points, who plays Sophia Petrillo?
Oh yeah, that's fine with me. Okay.
All right, we're locked.
Yeah, I don't know. What do you want to say?
Shady Grove
Sure.
and Estelle Getty.
All right, these guys are in with Shady Grove. Oddly enough, I've never seen this show. I just wrote down Shady Acres because it sounded like a nursing home. So Shady Acres.
And Estelle Getty.
That one might be a Futurama one.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh man, you guys actually said the right answer. It's Shady Pines.
Oh.
Dang.
I got close for having no clue.
I love that Estelle Getty is her mom, even though she's a year younger than her. It's so funny.
But bonus points, 2 bonus points for each team.
Yep.
So your score is now 109, and yes and goes all the way up to 159.
All right.
Not bad.
The hardest math we've ever done on the whole show.
Not out of reach, but not close either.
Yes.
All right, so let's move on to the final round and get the categories from Rich.
All right, your categories for the final round are Matt, Ken, Neil, Jeff,
Yes, I'm in there.
and Rules Guy.
All right.
I was worried I wouldn't make the cut.
Okay, and the wagers are all locked in after hearing those interesting categories. An interesting thing has happened. Here in the studio, we want to represent Oakland, as it seems, and we did Oakland Fives all the way down.
That's right.
And the other team had discussed that, but they decided to spice it up, and they came up with their own new wager, which is the Improv 9. So they did Improv 9s all the way down. So it looks like we're going to have to go beyond basic math and do semi-basic math. Is that what you would call it?
Or better known as basic math.
Also basic
Yes.
math?
What I love about the Improv 9 is it would not be a good wager for a German player or a German improver.
9.
2 bets, 9.
All right. Let's have those questions then.
In category 1, Matt. Matt Ryan, a.k.a. Matty Ice, is the quarterback of the Atlanta Falcons. Where did Matt Ryan go to college?
Okay. Question 2.
Question 2 is in Ken. Ken Shamrock defeated X-Pac in an 8-man tournament to become the Intercontinental Champion in 1998. What was Ken Shamrock commonly referred to as?
Okay.
In the category Neil, in Neil Patrick Harris's The Miniseries Dr. Horrible's Sing-Along blog, Dr. Horrible is an evil super genius who is enamored with a charity worker named Penny, who is also the shared love interest of his nemesis, Captain Hammer. Who wrote and directed Dr. Horrible's Sing-Along blog?
Okay.
In the category Jeff, I had a hard time finding someone named Jeff who was famous for science. So, Jeff Foxworthy is a famous American comedian, best known for his "You Might Be a Redneck" jokes. He gained massive fame when he teamed up with 3 other comedians for Blue Collar Comedy Tour. Name those 3 other comedians.
Okay.
And Rules Guy. According to the rules of chess, what is the name of the rule that allows you to move the king and the rook in the same turn? It is the only move that allows a player to move 2 pieces in the same turn.
Okay. We will deliberate our answers and get back. All right. All the answers have been locked in after some discussion. Let's get those questions one more time, and we'll give our answers.
So Matt is good at sports. I wrote a sports question. Matt Ryan, a.k.a. Matty Ice, is the quarterback of the Atlanta Falcons. Where did Matt Ryan go to college?
Yeah, as we said before, we wagered Oakland Fives all the way down. I knew it was somewhere that was kind of Ivy League-ish, and we wrote down Harvard, Rutgers, Boston College, Princeton, and for some reason I circled Rutgers, but I have a feeling that's not right.
We didn't have a good answer. Neither of us knew. We went with Notre Dame. Dom.
Because Matt Ryan is probably going to be in the Hall of Fame, and we've heard a lot of Hall of Famers come from that school. So,
And the answer, Rich?
Is he went to Boston College.
All right, so 2 strikes there. It looks like you guys lose 9 points, we lose 5. All right, question 2, which I believe was my category.
Yes, Ken Shamrock defeated X-Pac in an 8-man tournament to become the Intercontinental Champion in 1998. What was Ken Shamrock commonly referred to as?
Yeah, we just kind of took the first guess that we could come up with here and went with Fighting Irish.
Ironically enough, when we were figuring out where Matt Ryan went to school, Contad said, why not Fighting Irish? With the last name Shamrock, it might be right.
No, Ken Shamrock was often called the world's most dangerous man.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
In Neil Patrick Harris's miniseries, Dr. Horrible's sing-along blog, Dr. Horrible is an evil super genius who is enamored with a charity worker named Penny, who is also the shared love interest of his nemesis, Captain Hammer. Who wrote and directed Dr. Horrible's sing-along blog?
Yeah, this one I was pretty sure that it was Joss Whedon.
Yeah, I think written and directed around the writer's strike back then, it was Joss Whedon and his friends.
It was indeed Joss Whedon.
Nice. So we'll get some points on the board here, hopefully.
In category Jeff, I had a hard time finding someone named Jeff who was famous for science. So, Jeff Foxworthy is a famous American comedian best known for his "You Might Be a Redneck" jokes. He gained massive fame when he teamed up with 3 other comedians for the Blue Collar Comedy Tour. Name those other 3 comedians.
We went with Bill Engvall, Larry the Cable Guy, and Ron White.
And we also went with Ron White, Larry the Cable Guy, and Bill Engvall.
That is correct.
All right, points all around on that one. And the final question.
In Rules Guy, according to the rules of chess, what is the name of the rule that allows you to move the king and the rook in the same turn? It is the only move that allows a player to move 2 pieces in the same turn.
I believe this is called castling.
That is correct. That is the castle.
Yep, and that is correct.
All right, so with all of that added in, the final scores, both teams moving up a little bit, not very much.
Just creaking up, just 5
a
points.
little bit. So Knock Knock moves up to 114, but this week's cream of the crop with a total score of 168. Yes, and
The cream of the crop!
Good job, guys.
Nice job.
Thank you. It's a great game.
Yeah, thank you, Rich, for those excellent questions.
Oh,
Just because
they
we
were
don't
okay.
listen, just because we don't know the answers doesn't mean they're bad questions. Just means we're dumb.
Yes, exactly.
So don't worry.
Yeah,
about
I'm
When I-
excited to try a hot brown now because I want to find a place that makes hot brown, and I want to
Yeah.
it. Find the
Or
best
more
hot
white
brown
sauce.
place in your town.
I've never had one either, but I've watched a lot of Chopped, and it just seems to come up a lot.
Sounds like you could kind of play jazz with the hot brown a little bit, you know?
Yeah, Hot Brown sounds like he might be like a saxophonist or a trombone player.
All right,
I'm
well,
definitely
go ahead.
ready to go to Shady Pines now.
Yeah.
You guys made a good team, though. You did a really nice job and
Yeah.
great competitors.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Oh, of course. You know, we're happy to do it. We're glad that we were able to get both of you on. We know we've been talking about having you on for a while, and it's just a pleasure to have you here, especially with Rich. He's been raring to get a game in front of us, and we'll have to have you back for a Star Wars trivia, Rich. We're going to kind of billboard that now because we know you wrote a nice Star Wars laid on me for us.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of fun. And once again, thank you to Keith, Kantad, and of course Rich for hosting today's game. For Jeff, Neil, Missing Matt, and myself, that was Triviality. Jeff helping out on this episode right
Yeah.
now.
Paul Clifford.
Well, I mean, it's the archetypal example of a florid, melodramatic style of fiction writing. So
Excellent.
It also says on Jeff's Wikipedia article that group that Mary Shelley was in actually inspired the name of Joe Satriani's supergroup, Chickenfoot.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
That's what? Let's move on, please.
All right.